I mean, he's so blatantly stupid. He's a punk, he's a dog, he's a pig, he's a con, a bullshit artist, a mutt who doesn't know what he's talking about, doesn't do his homework, doesn't care, thinks he's gaming society, doesn't pay his taxes. He's an idiot. Colin Powell said it best. He's a national disaster. He's an embarrassment to this country.
Trump has faced critics before, but when Robert De Niro takes aim, it doesn't feel like a roast. It feels like an artistic demolition. De Niro doesn't need cheap theatrics or exaggerated antics. His delivery is sharp and precise, like a craftsman chipping away until only the truth remains. The power isn't in anger, but in ridicule so biting that it strips away any illusion of grandeur. De Niro takes the myth Trump built around himself and reduces it to rubble, one scathing blow at a time.
Look at the lame, inane things that he said. He's so stupid, he can't even say anything clever or smooth. He's a moron. But he's a scary one. And in all seriousness, and we know it here, people have to get out and vote and vote and vote.
De Niro begins where the illusion started, Trump's empire of gold and glass. To Trump, those towers were proof of greatness. To De Niro, they're monuments to ego, rising high but hollow inside, just like the man whose name is stamped on them in gaudy letters. For him, they're not achievements, but oversized billboards screaming insecurity, advertising a brand more fragile than it appears.
He's so angry that this country has gotten to this point, that this fool, this bozo, has wound up where he has. He talks how he wants to punch people in the face. Well, I'd like to punch him in the face. This is somebody that we want for president? I don't think so. What I care about is the direction of this country. And what I'm very, very worried about is that it might go in the wrong direction with someone like Donald Trump. If you care about your future, vote for it.
From there, De Niro skewers Trump's so-called business genius. Bankrupt casinos, failed airlines, vodka that couldn't sell even in New York. These aren't minor footnotes, but entire chapters of a career defined by collapse. De Niro paints Trump not as a mogul, but as a con artist who dressed failure in cheap flair. His balance sheet looks less like success and more like the prop list from a B-movie, flashy, empty, and destined for clearance bins.
He is a malignant narcissist. He's a socio-psychopath. He's created some new language as far as describing somebody in his mental condition. It's so frightening and scary, and he's dangerous.
The roast then moves to Trump's obsession with fame. De Niro reminds everyone that before politics, Trump was just another tabloid sideshow. A man who turned scandals into currency and gossip into gold. The leap from reality television to the White House wasn't destiny, but a casting mistake of historic proportions. To De Niro, it's like hiring a game show host to direct Shakespeare. The collapse was inevitable.
Do you think our democracy is at risk in this election?
I think that it is. I always keep saying democracy is great, of course, but democracy people take for granted. It's a word that some people don't even understand. They take it for granted. It's about right and wrong, period. The guy's a monster. It's beyond wrong. It's almost like he wants to do the most horrible things that he can think of in order to get a rise out of us. I don't know what it is, but he's been doing it, and it's...
De Niro tears into Trump's vocabulary, that endless loop of superlatives and empty adjectives. Everything is the biggest, the best, the most tremendous. Words repeated until they mean nothing. De Niro doesn't need a dictionary to mock it. He simply points out that a man with immense power spoke with the shallow vocabulary of a used car salesman. The exaggerations don't show strength. They reveal desperation.
Trump, this kind of government will perish from the earth. I don't mean to scare you. No, wait, maybe I do mean to scare you. If Trump returns to the White House, you can kiss these freedoms goodbye that we all take for granted. And elections, forget about it. That's over. That's done. If he gets in, I can tell you right now, he will never leave. He will never.
Next, De Niro rips into Trump's obsession with loyalty. Always demanded, never returned. Allies, cabinet members, even family became disposable, each tossed aside and quick to spill secrets. He mocks the rallies as carnivals of self-indulgence, where applause replaced policy and merchandise masqueraded as patriotism. Hugging flags and selling hats, De Niro notes, isn't devotion, it's theater, hollow and cheap.
Confuse people and make them think,
No,
you think he's...
no. I don't think so.
Why do you think, I'm curious why you would guess that there's a big group of people in this country who believe that he cares about them?
I am totally dumbfounded, baffled by that. I can't understand it. And it's a thing that we've seen over decades and decades. And he's a what's it, Tammy Faye and the other one?
Yes.
It's the same thing, give us your money, we're going to save you. Yeah, televangelist. Yeah. It's just the same thing. And it's so obvious. I just don't understand people could buy it. I just don't know. It's all an act in a certain way. It's all out of insecurity. He's deeply, deeply insecure.
De Niro drills into Trump's paper-thin skin, where every joke becomes a conspiracy and every headline an outrage. The tough guy act collapses under fragility, vanity exposed in the hours spent on hair, tan, and posture. De Niro doesn't need to exaggerate. Trump is already a caricature, a punchline before the joke even lands.
Yeah, to me, it's more than heartbreaking. It's a really, really serious situation we're in. I don't want to bring people down, but I mean,
no.
It's like,
yeah, I think they came pre-down.
Yeah, well, it's like a pall around, certain things. It's like living in an abusive household. You feel you don't know what's going to happen next, what crazy thing is going to happen next, what's going to make you say, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, because only one angry person gets to say what is real.
Exactly.
What the truth is. Exactly,
and the truth is not from him, that's for sure. Mm-hmm. And... And he's a...
Then comes Trump's obsession with legacy. De Niro shows how dreams of monuments turned into punchlines on late-night TV. His true memorial isn't stone, but ridicule, hubris collapsing into farce. De Niro sharpens the blow by highlighting Trump's endless victimhood. Every loss spun as sabotage, every failure blamed on others. Far from a fighter, Trump looks like an excuse maker, mistaking sheer noise for leadership.
Redeemable in him. It can't be. It cannot be. If he wins the election, you won't be on the show anymore. He'll come looking for me. There'll be things that happen that none of us can imagine. That's what happens in that kind of a dictatorship.
De Niro rips into Trump's addiction to headlines. Chaos wasn't a crisis, it was bait for attention. The so-called titan, outsider, strongman. Each mask stripped away to reveal a performer desperate to stay relevant. His legacy isn't power, but parody. His victories drowned in absurdity. In the end, De Niro shows that the loudest verdict isn't history. It's laughter, and it's relentless.
He's more than that to me. He's sick. He is really, genuinely a sick person that somehow has been allowed into our system. And I'm tired of calling him names. He just can't be anywhere near the office of the presidency.
You've played a lot of bad guys. Would you ever play Donald Trump?
Never. There's nothing about him. There's not one redeeming thing in him that I can see ever.
De Niro skewers Trump's addiction to spectacle. Every room a stage, every mic an audition. Never noticing the crowd had already had enough. The grand gestures didn't show strength. They revealed panic, the desperation of a man terrified of being ignored. His tough guy persona collapses under tantrums, grudges, and a paper-thin ego. De Niro nails the irony. Trump wasn't steering the ship. He was the storm itself, loud, chaotic, and directionless.
What do you say to those who say I don't like the guy, but I'm going to vote for him. What's your message to them?
I don't understand it. I don't think they understand how dangerous it will be if he ever, God forbid, becomes president. I don't think they really understand. And historically, from what I see, even in Nazi Germany, they had it with Hitler. They don't take him serious. He looks like a clown, acts like a clown. Mussolini, same thing. These guys, I don't know why, they look like clowns.
De Niro mocks Trump's obsession with image, from stiff photo ops to hollow slogans. Every attempt to look powerful only revealed how contrived it was. Promises piled up like unpaid invoices, grand visions dissolved under scrutiny, and catchphrases replaced real ideas. Even debates looked like playground food fights, battles staged for attention where no one ever truly won.
America's Philistine president has had himself appointed head of one of our premier cultural institutions. He has cut funding and support to the arts, humanities, and education. And now he has announced a 100% tariff on films produced outside the U.S. Let that sink in for a minute. You can't put a price on creativity, but apparently you can put a tariff on it. Of course, this is unacceptable. All these attacks are unacceptable. And this isn't just an American problem. It's a global one.
De Niro tears into Trump's warped relationship with truth, mocking how facts bent to his ego until contradictions stacked into absurdity. It wasn't strategy, it was improvisation. Conflict was invented just to keep the show alive. The more villains he conjured, the more foolish he looked. Beneath the facade of confidence, De Niro exposes only fear of irrelevance, humiliation, and being forgotten.
You've been pretty open about your dislike for Mr. Trump. You once famously said you'd like to punch him in the face.
I don't understand why people are not taking him seriously, because you read about it historically in other countries that they didn't take the people seriously. I think Hitler, Mussolini, but they're fools and clowns. Well, and I hear it, there's some people, I mean, who does not think that this guy is going to do exactly what he's...
Finally, De Niro shows that Trump's boasts aren't power but pleas for reassurance, revealing the insecurity beneath the bluster. His legacy, meant to inspire reverence, dissolves into parody, echoing in punchlines no monument will ever claim. De Niro
when Robert
closes
De Niro
with a
takes
smirk,
aim, it doesn't
framing
feel
Trump's
like a
saga
roast.
as tragic
It feels
comedy,
like an artistic
a
demolition.
myth reduced
De
to
Niro
laughter,
doesn't need cheap
a
theatrics
cautionary
or
tale for a
exaggerated
generation.